Welcome to Flower of Life podcast. I'm your host, Carmen Fernandez, and today I have the pleasure to be with Avril Winters. Avril is a health coach and massage therapist. She works with nutrition, essential oils, and energy. And today we're going to talk about the building blocks to a healthy lifestyle and how to keep your family and yourself happy and healthy using natural solutions. Hi, Avril. Welcome to Flower of Life podcast.
Oh, thank you, Cameron. Very happy to be here. It's such a pleasure to be able to share this space with you. Delighted for this opportunity to be able to talk about energy and all things natural that we can invite into our homes to be able to keep our minds healthy and also our physical being. So thank you.
Thank you. And you're very passionate about all topics related to health and living a healthy lifestyle and natural, healthy solutions.
Yes.
Yes.
So I suppose my journey has always been for my whole entire life about being exercise and healthy food or eating the right things. And especially when I got into my probably late teens, early 20s, throughout my school year, I was always part of a team. I was always on the swim team maybe, or playing tennis, basketball, whatever, athletics, it didn't matter. I was always into something. So obviously my passion was then to go and study this. And I did. I studied a master's in exercise and nutrition science, and I decided then that, yes, this is something that I could help other people with and use food as medicine in particular when we first started out, because my dad had a lot of pain in his body. And so we started to explore with food and take some of the inflammation away with the things that he was eating on a daily basis, and to try and then clean it up so that he had less pain in his body. And as he got older, I suppose, and we stepped into kind of more restrictions without not being able to eat and drink certain things, he was kind of saying things like, I can't have the chocolate like I want, or I can't do this, and is there another way? And so I suppose I started looking for other ways to be able to help him, because as he got older, he wanted to embrace his life and then be able to do things that he wanted to do. Because he worked the way he did, though, he was in a lot of pain, and so therefore he developed osteoarthritis in every joint in his body. So his body was always feeling like it was on fire. So when we stopped using food as medicine, it really prevailed that he couldn't do the things, he couldn't live a happier life. So I went looking for energy work, or came across energy work when I found it. And this is how I became involved with energy, because we are life force energy, and we have the potential to be able to live our best life with the things that we do and the thoughts that we think on a daily basis. Because he would have been very cynical and needed to knee operations at the time in a part of his life where he was saying, if I can still move from here to the front door or to the car, I'll be fine. I don't need to get knee replacements. I'll be okay. So I was thinking, this is not the quality of life that he really needs. So we decided to use I went and studied bioenergy, and I done levels here in Ireland, and I was intrigued, completely blown away by how energy works, and decided to go to a place called Bled, which is in Slovenia, and meet the man who originated a bioenergy method called the Danko Domanchik method. And this man educated me in his form, or his type, that he developed over many years ago. And while I was there, I traveled to Slovenia twice and got to see some incredible healings. People got really, really well in 4 days. And I cried a lot because I was very emotionally moved by the whole thing. And I decided that it was in my mind then to come back to home here in Ireland and just to recreate a clinic using his methods to help people be happy, healthy and well. But on my dad, when I did this, he straight away within 4 or 5 days was saying, okay, I'm going to sign up for my knee operation. We used bioenergy on his healing. He was able to recover in 6 weeks and was back in doing his second knee replacement. And we've never looked back using energy work as a form of healing or a modality that we use on a daily basis, or if there's any signs of sickness in our home, we can use really easily. And what bioenergy is, I suppose, is that some of you may be wondering, I've never heard of it, what is it? So it is an energy that we can use our hands to place on and around the body to move energy that's, let's say, causing pain, and to bring energy to, let's say, if there's a cold spot on your body, you bring life force energy, so more heat to that place, and you get more mobility. But the overall idea is that you can change the entire being that you are by bringing the energy in or taking the energy out that's not serving your body, and you develop this optimum health. So him being the way he was, his whole life changed. His idea of life, he was able to go through these two different things and heal very quickly. He doesn't walk with aid anymore. He has no pain that he experienced before. And what I have then brought into my energy or space clinic is a thing called essential oils, and these are doTERRA essential oils, which means they're certified therapeutic grade. Today I'm actually wearing rose so that I can speak from my heart, and I'm diffusing a thing called spearmint to be able to express with ease and grace. And these are something that if you have these in your home and there's any signs of physical or emotional things, you can very easily change it within seconds, within minutes. Or if something happens in the middle of the night, it's very easy to pull out your kit, to look in at the oils that you have. Let's say if there's an earache, you might put some tea tree around the outside of the ear. You wouldn't need to put anything in, you just literally rub it on the outside and it starts to take the infection away within minutes. They're awesome. So I don't know where you want me to start, but that's my story, and why I got to where I am is because it was always to help somebody else. I love my job. I love what I do. This is not a job to me. This is not work. Being able to educate somebody to empower themselves, to understand what they might want to be able to do to change their own being, is something that I'm very passionate about.
Oh, very good. I love that. And your story is very interesting, your story, because how you started from nutrition, that is the basic, what we put in our mouth, and then from there you went to find other things like the energy work, how energy works, and you experienced that yourself. You were witness with seeing other people in the course transforming themselves. You witnessed that with your dad, you helped your dad. And then you went to essential oil. So it's very holistic kind of.
Yes. So I suppose the thing that you really need to do for your building blocks is that so start with your food. Have a look, see what food that you're putting in, because that's a real foundational thing. So you look at the food that we eat on a daily basis. Even if you go to doTERRA, they will actually say to you, like, what is your foundation that you're beginning with? Because really about food and fluid is so important in what we, whether we can be highly inflamed or whether we can be evenly balanced. Having the carbs, having the protein, having the vitamins and minerals, whatever the case may be. But water, we are made up of so much water, and the percentage is really high in our body of water. And so water then cleanses and cleans and filters and helps our body's processes to happen really easily and go with the flow. But exercise then keeps you strong. So even if it's just resistance training or a walk, what you're doing is you're giving movement to your body, and your body is designed to move. It wants to move. It wants to get out. And you'll find, or maybe if you should notice, if you sit for long periods of time, you will become more achy, but you might not be aware of it because it might not be something you've tuned into. But if you did tune into it, you might find that your hips are sore or that your back is sore or achy, and it's because you are a human being uniquely made to move and to experience life in a much happier, healthier way. So those, starting from the bottom, you would be looking at your food and fluid, you'd be looking at your exercise, you'd be looking at maybe taking out the toxins in your body, bringing in more natural things into your being, and then having the tools. So even what we think on a daily basis can change our life. If you affirm something to the energy around us, because we're made up of layers of energy, both within us and on the outside of us, that you are well, that I am so well, I am so happy, I am so well, that you will become well if there's not, and you can bring that to your wellness. So you can bring that energy to yourself. So what I find is that when we are aware of the things and the thoughts and things that we have on a daily basis, we can change them so easily. And then using essential oils, we have an olfactory nerve in our nose here. So let's say if I was feeling sad, if I was feeling sad, or I wasn't feeling happy with my life as it was, you can bring an oil into your life, pop a drop in your hand, rub it together. If it was something like citrus bliss, you can inhale it 30 seconds and your being will change. Because of that smell, it's going to directly affect your nervous system to bring you out of your funk and into a much funner, happier being. So,
wow.
Yes, there's so many things.
It's amazing, yes. So let's focus now on bioenergy. So how does exactly bioenergy works?
So bioenergy is a life force energy, and so the method really is that he teaches you how to place the hands on the body in particular, let's say, sequence, and this brings energy. So if you were to rub your hands together for 30 seconds and then expand your hands, you will actually feel the energetic field there. So it's called we are human beings made up of an electromagnetic field, our biofield, or otherwise you might know it as an aura. So in that aura field, you have all these layers. And what bioenergy can do is that you as the therapist, me as the therapist, will come in and fix the cold spots or maybe the painful spots in your body. So you can get a special photograph or a camera that will take a photograph of your aura, and it should be kind of brightly shining in all of these amazing colors. And if I had a picture, I'd be able to show you, because a picture tells 1,000 words. But you'd be vibrating in all these amazing colors outside your being. But if you're sick or injured, then there will be holes in it. So it won't be shining or radiating as big or as powerful or as colorful as it should be. So then that's my job, to come in as a therapist then, and I'll ask questions about maybe how your lifestyle is in a normal day. What are the things that you do? But where is your thought pattern all the time? Because if your thought pattern, let's say, is in I'm so unwell, I'm so tired, I never get anything, well then I will stay more with your head to make sure that I can bring more energy that's positive into the mind, so we can clear the confusion, we can allow the space to be more uplifting and have better feelings and have better thoughts coming to your mind. Because as a therapist, we really need to, I suppose, live an optimal life as well. So our thoughts, we're always working on ourselves in the sense of what we eat and drink and how we think on a daily basis, so that we are at a higher frequency coming to this person. And then it's not that I'm giving you my energy, but because I have such a great energy, it transforms into you, bringing you to my level rather than me coming to yours. Okay, and that's done through energetic space. So we are a life force energy. We can draw the energy from the earth. We can place it in your being, your body, or your energy, your aura, electromagnetic field, and we can either add more to it, which gives you an uplift and it eliminates the cause. It can actually destroy and eliminate the cause of what's causing your thoughts to be unwell, or let's say your body to be injured. And then if let's say you were coming to me with an injury and you had too much energy or heat in a joint, or let's say you had a shoulder pain or a shoulder joint, what I can do then is I can step into your auric field and I can place hands here and lift it off and take the pain away. So every cell, we are made up of 50 trillion cells in our being. Every cell has the picture of great health or optimum health. And as a therapist, what we can do is we can step into that energy with you, clean it of what is not serving it, lift off the energy that you don't need, and allow your body to heal itself. So your body then, because of the life force energy coming in, will then get to work to heal itself. You are a unique human being. You are phenomenal and have so much power that if you allow yourself to let your mind to understand that and to become aware that you are actually able to heal yourself, and then if you had the bioenergy coming in to help facilitate and clean it up, generally what happens is that we fix all the holes that you might see in that auric field picture. Then your body, so you leave in 4 days. How it works is that you only come maybe for 10 or 15 minutes each day. We work on your energetic space. We bring it to optimum level. You go away, you come back for 4 days altogether. And then you're in an optimized energetic being in a space. You can stay there forever if you change the things and the thoughts and things you think on a daily basis, the food that you eat, the way that you present yourself every day, like how you step out into your life. So it can change your entire, something that might have annoyed you or might have been plaguing you for years or months can be changed in instants, in days, in minutes.
Wow, that's so powerful.
And you can, but you can keep that as long as you keep your body optimal in your mind and in the physical being. So whatever you eat, whatever you drink, and whatever you think.
And what kind of issues people come to you with for bioenergy?
So because people, so most of the time they're coming with a physical thing. So they're coming maybe with sciatica, or they're coming with maybe with a rash on their skin, or they're coming with a sore throat, or they're coming with stomach issues. These are the things. So, but for me, I have 2 children here, 2 awesome kids. If I see this first sign of a sniffle, I'll just clean the energy really. Like, I won't need to do 4 days there because I can see it coming. And so I will just do an immune boost. So you can get an immune boost that will take 10 minutes, less than 10 minutes, because every cell in their being, like you and I, have the picture of health. So we're bringing all those cells to optimum health, and the next day they don't get up with any sort of sniffles. It's gone because the cells have been optimized. So most of the time people are coming with physical things, but we have treated people with feelings of not being able, emotional things that are, they don't know what's wrong. They just want to feel better, and they're turning to energy because they've tried everything else. A lot of the time when I'm working with people for that, it's because they've been through all the other things. They've gone to the doctor, they've done the talking, they've tried so many things, and they're just at that place of like, sure, look, I'll just try it. And then it's those ones that I love, because they go, oh my God, I should have done this years ago, or I should have done this first, because it would have saved me a lot of time and effort. But healing is all about, and bioenergy is all about turning up for yourself as well, that you step into healing with an open mind. You don't have to believe, because my father was a complete cynic. I mean, complete cynic. There's another type of healing I do called pendulum healing. And that is, again, we use a tool called a metaphysical tool to connect to your energetic electromagnetic, and we can do this from a distance. And he had developed vertigo while he was down the country in a different county to me, and rang me and said, could you send some of that stuff down the phone? And this is the thing, he was hugging the toilet seat for the evening before this, and when my mum had rang and said, can you do it, he was up that evening having tea and being able to sit and fully function. So it can work from a distance, it can work for those who might have the mind of, you know, sure, what's that joke? What's that thing? You know, that's okay. It's just come with an open mind, because that's really, and you stepping into the, okay, I'm going to allow healing to happen, or I'm going to give it a go. That's all you need. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. And tell us about essential oils. How essential oils have transformed your life?
Okay, so I find that using essential oils can change like that, an emotion in particular, in seconds. The reason being, this olfactory nerve here that we have in our nose, the bridge of our nose, is actually connected to our limbic system, which is then our nervous system. And so what I found is that, like, why did I use essential oils? Because sometimes when somebody was coming into the clinic for me, they might have been not understanding what bioenergy is, not having done this before, and feeling very, very nervous. So I thought, okay, is there something I can do to help them? And essential oils was one of the things that I brought in. So how did I do that? The essential oils I use are doTERRA. First of all, they're certified pure therapeutic grade, which means that every drop you find in the bottle is pure. Now, when you look at some of the, let's say, the laws around essential oils in Europe and different things, you may not have the same grade of essential oil. So that's why I use these ones in particular, is because every drop you find in it, and they can be used in 3 different ways. So the first way you can use them is you can aromatically, which I'm blowing spearmint into the beautiful air here. I'll just show you. So this is just a little bit. Yeah. Nice. So you can aromatically blow it into the air, and always use one that'll blow cold air. Do not heat your oils, because you're taking the health benefits away. And what it'll do is it'll allow me to express easily, with ease and grace. But spearmint has physical things as well. But the other, just in 5 minutes, you can aromatically use them. You can pop a drop in your hand and inhale, and that will instantly change how you feel. So for me, clients coming in or customers coming in might have used frankincense, and it's the oil of truth. And what it does is helps them to connect, calm the mind, and connect with their truth about maybe what's really bothering them. If we are treating them with bioenergy, they'll be able to express better, and they'll be able to tell me exactly what's going on. Plus, it's very calming and soothing for the mind. Then you can take some of them internally if that's what you're comfortable to do, because of the therapeutic grade that they're coming in at. I mean, I'm here drinking water in my, or lemon in my water, because lemon is the oil of focus. So I'm trying to stay focused, as well as it's very cleaning for my internal organs. It's actually helping to break down petrochemicals and clean and restore all things that are going on the inside. And the other way then is that if you're not comfortable taking them internally, you can apply them topically, and they will work in the very same way. So before I got on my call this morning, I have a thing called Rose Touch here. And so I apply to my wrists, I apply to the crease of my elbow, I apply to across my heart, in behind my neck, and so I can smell it, and it's rose oil. And what it does, it helps me to speak from my heart. So if you were, let's say, using, if you got a kit, you can get many different sizes of kits and all sorts of, because they have great supplements, which I, coming from a nutritional background, love dearly, because they are food first supplements. And when I started with food first, you would have always said to me, if you talked about if you talked about supplements, I would have said, I have such a clean diet. I know what I'm supposed to eat. I know the amount I'm supposed to eat. You wouldn't have convinced me to get or eat any sort of supplements outside of my food until I met doTERRA's supplements. And I love these because they are food-based supplements, and they are encapsulated with a coating that can get past your tummy, which is your stomach organ, and into the small intestine, where it can be absorbed with ease and grace into what it's supposed to do and do its job. And for me, if somebody was starting out, a family essential oil kit is probably the way to go, because it has 10 oils. and each of them do something different to each other. Frankincense, like that, is the oil of truth, but it's very calming and soothing for the mind, but it's also a cellular health oil, which means that if you're in doubt about anything, get Frank out, because he will sort whatever issues that may be. So if you had, let's say, inflammation on your knee, just pop a drop of frankincense into your hand with some fractionated coconut oil and just rub it into the knee, and it will get to work within minutes. And then you can reapply as needed. But let's say it's in the middle of the night and you can't, it's really snowy and icy out and you can't get to the doctor on call, and you have like that an earache or a tummy upset. Like for my children, they actually have their own little things made up beside their bed, so that if there is anything going on, they know how to use them. It's and they're 8 and 11, so they're young, and it's so easy. So let's say if we had a tummy upset here in the middle of the night because maybe we ate too many sweet things during the Christmas period, we would get peppermint and some fractionated oil and rub it into the hand, and just in the direction of the bowel movement, just bring the peppermint up and around and down. And very quickly, it's going to either come up or come out and release the symptoms of feeling unwell or, having too much stuff in their belly. So, yeah, we've been using them for a couple of years now in our home, and I wouldn't live without them, because like that, we have if there's man flu or any sorts of signs of those types of things coming into our home, we just whip out a thing called Flume. It's 5 different oils. I probably use a couple of drops of each. It's frankincense, lemon, on guard, oregano, and melaleuca. And I just apply it to the soles of their feet. So you don't have to put it anywhere else, because the soles of your feet represent all of the organs in your body. So as soon as you put it on there, they don't have to smell it if they don't like it. They don't have to worry about whether it'll work or not, because of the fact that it's on their feet. It's going to enter into the bloodstream, and within, let's say, a sleep, or if you do it at nighttime when they're going to bed, they get up the next morning and things are healthy and well. Everything is awesome. So it's a great way to empower yourself and your family in the middle of the night or on the weekend. Let's say if it's Sunday and you can't get out and to a doctor, you don't fancy getting in the car and having to drive, it can be sorted very quickly. So I think that's why I love essential oils, to have them empowered. I think the last time, and don't get me wrong, I am not a doctor, I am not a medical professional, and I don't have any worries about the doctor, but the last time I was there, it was to tell me I was pregnant with my little girl. So I use all these things because they keep me healthy and safe and happy and are effective just as they are.
That's great, yeah. Thanks for that, Avril. And can you tell us something for this time that we're now we're going through winter, it's very cold. I know we can get colds very easily. Can you give us some advice or tips for the winter?
Yes.
Keep us healthy for winter?
Yes. Essential oils are probably the quickest way to be able to do that, because if you have a thing called On Guard, it is a protective blend. And what it can do is that if you diffuse it into the air, it will help to, open up your airways, but also kill anything that's airborne that might be in the form of a bacteria or something like this. And it can just promote optimum immunity. You can also diffuse some of the other oils like tea tree or lemon. Tea tree and lemon will clean the air also. They're antiviral and antibacterial type of oils. And they can, blowing in the background, once you blow them in the background for 2 to 3 hours, they can stay airborne for 12 hours. And it's literally just about putting a drop in or getting the kids to do it first thing in the morning, turning it on and just leaving it, keeping your environment to its optimal, healthy way. So think about the food that you eat on a daily basis is also a great building block. Sometimes it's very hard to drink water in the cold weather. So what I suggest maybe is if you take some hot water or take some cool boiled water and drink more of the things that maybe green tea and add a drop of lemon or peppermint. They also carry some great health benefits as well. Peppermint is really to open your airways to give you a buoyant heart, emotionally a buoyant heart, but also it will help to, if you had any sort of respiratory issues or things like that, it'll help to open all of that up and to feel much more freer. Yeah, I mean, what else can we do? Sleep is so important, and I do understand that sometimes when it's cold we want to get cozy as well, but try to, I suppose, keep your sleep for nighttime, and then get out, get moving, get out into the fresh air. It's so important, I suppose, to step out when it's crisp and fresh like that. It's so important for your mental health, even just to get out and explore. And I know it's only 5 kilometers, and sometimes, but you know, it's still possible, even if it is, if you don't have any sort of nice scenery or nice things to walk around, just even to get out of your back garden if that's possible, or out onto the streets. Some people might not be living in a space where they can have that, but just get out and get some fresh air, because no matter where it is, you still have that 5K that you can do. So just walk 2.5K one way and then turn around and come back, because it is important to be able to keep your mind healthy and well. Listen to some music. It can change your vibration very quickly. Use an oil to change your vibration. That happens in 30 seconds. You know, eat things that are colourful, because they are usually full of antioxidants and things that help to allow your body to stress less and feel more optimum health. Call somebody, ring somebody and have a chat. You know, it's definitely communication, and as humans we need to reach out and just, you know, make that call or give that text message to start something for yourself, for your mental health.
Oh, thanks. And how can people find you, Avril, if people want to know more about you? And
I have a Facebook page. It's by BioEnergy Clinic. You can see my name at the top of my head here. And I also have an Instagram page, which is at BioEnergy Clinic. And then when it comes to essential oils, I mean, once you connect to my Facebook page, just drop me a DM there. And if it's something that you want to get involved with, because we can, I'm a wellness advocate for doTERRA, which means there is such a huge community, and there are so many resources that if you had your kit arrive to your home, it's our job to be able to tell you how each one works, whether you're going to use it topically, aromatically, internally, and then to change your, to make sure that every single one. So I'm just going to show you really quickly. This is frankincense here. This is a 15ml bottle, and you can get them in 5ml bottles. And it's really, as a wellness advocate, it's really our job to help plug you into all the resources. I turn up every Wednesday at 8:30 on an online Zoom class about essential oils. I'm doing a 4-week nutritional one, this starting February, which means for the 4 weeks, I'm going to do first of all, we're going to do a personalized food plan, which means I'm going to ask you, so it's one session of one-to-one where we connect. We talk about, let's say, your food that you eat on a daily basis, because we're habitual human beings. If I was to ask you to get out of the left side of the bed, if you always get out of the right side of the bed every morning, you would find that very, very difficult. It's the same with our food. If you change too many things that you eat on a daily basis to all the healthy things, if you normally eat non-healthy, it's going to be, you're not going to stick to it. So the idea is that we help to transform your lifestyle, and using the building blocks of food and fluid, and then encouraging you each week. So for 4 weeks, I'm then going to do just very basic nutritional information about what you should be eating and how you can eat it, and maybe the way that you eat it, and how, like, because sometimes we can look at food and go, oh, I know I shouldn't eat this. And then that's really the sending those thoughts, that energy saying that, oh, I'm going to stick to her hips now, or I'm going to stick to her lower abdomen, or in places that you may not want. It's because of the thoughts that you ate it with. So it's really important that we look at all things when it comes to health and wellness. And yes, every Wednesday we turn up, and there is a special coming up for that 4 weeks. But otherwise, it's continuing education about essential oils. One week it might be to learn about using oils in pain management. Another week might be to learn about using essential oils in hormonal support or emotional support. So we are all, well, I am always there. If you join my oily team and my oily family, and yes, you just DM me directly from my Facebook page, or if you follow me on Instagram, sometimes I put my telephone number there just so to make it easier, because sometimes people are not familiar with certain things, and mobile or text messages is easier to do.
Okay, I will add your details in the description of the the podcast, okay, so that people can reach you easy and just with a click.
Yes. Well, the idea for me is, I suppose, my overall goal really is to help as many people become happy, healthy, and well. I mean, I definitely think I've been born to do that. My mother always said I was born with love and cuddles, that I was the one that brought that to their home. So I'm a family of 6, and I'm the last. And she said once I was born, that connection between all of her children, herself and my dad, became much more of hugging. So this time for us has been very, very challenging, or trying and testing. So there's lots of virtual hugs and many of those types of kisses coming our way with the earth that we live on at the moment. But I mean, I suppose my goal really is to help people empower themselves to be happy, healthy, and well, in whatever form that is, whether it be through energy, the things we think about, the food that we eat, or the essential oils that we inhale or apply topically. So yes, thank you. I'm so blessed to be here today.
Oh, thank you, Avril. Thank you very much. I think we learned a lot about bioenergy, essential oils, how to use essential oils, and that it's great to know that we have options to live a life healthy and happy, and that if other people can do it, we can do it as well. So that was very motivating and inspiring as well, I think, for many people. And I hope that we can inspire others to live a life happy, healthy. And there's natural solutions out there, and they're very, we get very results from that. And it's
you can change your life if this is what you want to do. You can embrace it. Take one step at a time. You can't eat the elephant in one bite. You have to take little bites. So if it's just, one of the best and greatest gifts that I've ever come across is to be grateful and have gratitude. And sometimes when people do certain things, like the Magic is an amazing book if you wanted to get into a gratitude journal of 28 days. But if writing 10 things a day is too hard, just write 2 or 3. The power of 3 is amazing in the world of energy. So write 3 things. I am so happy and grateful for the health of my body. It's keeping me alive. I'm so happy and grateful for the ability to be able to talk, to be able to talk and share my experiences with other people. So yes, I'm always happy to help. We are one. So there's only us unique human beings on this earth, and we can be happy together.
Thank you, Avril.
Thank you.
Thank you, Avril, and thank you everyone for listening. I hope you feel inspired to try different things. If you feel that you want to try your energy, or change your nutrition, your food habits, or essential oils, you can contact Avril, and she can help you with that. Start going, and everybody is different, so it will be adapted to your personal situation. And I'm very happy to have you here, Avril. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for the opportunity to be able to share this wonderful information. I'm blessed for meeting you. Thank you.
And for you guys, if you want to listen more interesting conversations, you can go and check our website, flowerflagpodcast.com, or our YouTube channel, or we're also in all podcast platforms. Thank you.
Thank you.